The Braves in town now for the only visit of the year. Brandon Clausen gets the start, and it doesn't start well. Very first batter, Rafael Furcal. Hello. Takes Clausen deep to left. It'd be 2-zip at the end of 1. Bottom of the 4th, and Joe Randa gets busy off John Smoltz. Solo job to right, his 9th. It's 2-1, but the Braves get that back in the top of 5. Marcus Giles hammering this shot to the bullpen in right. 3-1. Clausen goes 5 2/3, allows 9 hits, 3 earned. Top of the 7th, runners on the corners, 1 out. Johnny Estrada. Opposite field off Matt Belisle. The double scores Julio Franco. 4-1. Next batter, Brian Jordan. That'll be a single past the drawn in infield into left. It brings in Andy Marte for another insurance run. It's 5-1. Bottom 7. Smoltz grooves 1 to Adam Dunn. And I mean, he got all of this. Solo job to center over the batter's eye. Even Smoltz decides to give that one a look. Estimated 455 feet, 5-2. Ex-Red, Chris Reitsma comes in the 9th, puts 2 on, nobody out. Reds can't score. Felipe Lopez grounds out to end it. It's 5-2, year final. So the Reds bats relatively dormant again, mustering up only 5 hits. The Braves, with the NL's 2nd worst offense, rack up 13 hits. Clausen's 9 strikeouts, a new career high. Dunn has just 34 RBI to go along with his 17 homers. No one's on base for his long balls. As the saying goes, chicks dig the long ball, but so do the Reds. Their pitching staff has surrendered the most home runs in the majors, and just 2 other teams have hit more home runs than their 83. Both those numbers would accumulate by the end of tonight's game against the Braves. To Great American Ballpark, 2nd batter of the game, Kelly Johnson, and the rookie tees off on Ramon Ortiz. 2-run job to center. Reds in a quick hole. Now 3-zip, bottom 1, runner on for Felipe Lopez, and he goes opposite field on Horacio Ramirez. That sails out. His 11th, 3-2, stays that way till the 3rd. Andruw Jones gets large. Solo job to left center, 4-2. Next inning, Wilson Betemit teeing off on Ortiz to center. Junior gives chase, but it will be in vain. It's gone, 5-2. In the very next inning, it's Jones again. Oh, my upper deck. Ortiz, 5 innings, 6 earned, 4 home runs. 6-3 in the 6th. Johnson facing Randy Kiesler, bases juiced, and Granny's going hunting to deep right center, his 2nd of the game, 6 RBI, now 10-3 Laffer, bottom of the inning with a runner on. It's Wily. Not much doubt about that one. The center and out, his 9th, 10-5. From there, the offense comes to a screeching halt. Bottom 9, Chris Reitsma finishes off the Reds' 5th straight loss. Gets the Sean Casey flyout. 10-5 is your final. The 5 homers for the Braves matches a season high. Reds pitchers have now served up 99 in 67 games. During the 5-game losing streak, the starters have pitched just 26 innings and allowed 26 earned runs. Junior goes 2 for 4. He has now hit safely in 17 of his last 20 games.
Tonight it's crazy game, you know. We throw the ball inside, throw the ball away, throw the ball down, he hit everything. It's a good job. Nothing can do about that.
I would say location's been a big key for him, and it just seems like just from the past games and tonight that he has a tough first inning, and obviously it adds his pitch count and doesn't allow him to go as deep as we like in the game.
I don't feel good right now, you know, not only for me, for everybody, you know. The thing he don't play very well right now, and nothing coming together. I don't know, man.
I don't know either. 1 week after signing top draft pick Jay Bruce, the Reds come to terms with 2nd rounder Travis Wood, the lefty from Bryan High School in Arkansas, will now head to the minors. While one pitcher is just starting his season, another done. This morning, Paul Wilson, arthroscopic surgery to repair a partially torn rotator cuff and labrum in his right shoulder. He will now throw again, maybe 4 months from now. But the 32-year-old is expected to be ready for spring training, so we can look forward to that. Coming up.
Sellout crowd, but only because it was GE night. General Electric, which is somewhat ironic because there's no electricity left in this team, but I would be shocked if they beat the Braves tonight. Eric Milton was on the mound. He's still having trouble with the long ball, folks. First inning, Julio Franco with a homer. In a couple of months, Franco will be 47 years old. and he's still getting it done. 1-0 Braves lead. The Reds get that right back in the bottom of the first. Sean Casey singles home Ryan Friel. The Redlegs tie this game up 1-1. But Milton gives up 2 more homers, including another one to the 46-year-old Julio Franco. Unbelievable. The Braves beat the Reds again 6-1. That's 6 losses in a row for the Reds.
Getting outscored 38-11 during their 5-game losing streak. And in 2 straight defeats to the Braves, allowing 7 home runs. Mr. Longball, Eric Milton, on the mound tonight, already giving up a major league leading 22 jacks. Let's go to Great American Ballpark. Let's start in the first. 46-year-old Julio Franco says, Milton, you have now given up 23 home runs this season. Solo shot to right. Braves on top, 1-0. Bottom 1. Ryan Friel on second. Sean Casey singles to right center. That ties the game at 1 apiece. But in the third, Franco strikes again, this time with Marcus Giles on first. Franco's second of the night, 5th this season. Braves up 3-1. Then in the 5th, Andruw Jones. This one, a no-doubter. Smacks his major league leading 19th round tripper into the Reds bullpen. Atlanta 4-1. Milton now out of the game, but the result doesn't change. Johnny Estrada hits a 2-run homer off Kent Merker. The Reds go down for their 6th straight game, losing tonight 6-1. Eric Milton in 6 innings tonight gives up 9 hits, 3 of them homers, his 9th loss this season. The oldest man in baseball, Julio Franco, goes deep twice, and Jason LaRoche 3 for 4, but leaves with a twisted right knee, rounding first. The Reds try to avoid the sweep tomorrow afternoon at 1:15.
The way I feel and my mechanics and everything is in order. It's just a matter of getting the job done.
After all, the Reds have stubbed their collective toes for 6 straight games, including the first 3 of this homestand against the Braves. Chew on this. The Braves are missing 3 of their top 4 starters in Tim Hudson, Mike Hampton, and John Thompson, plus no Chipper Jones in the lineup. And still, the Reds not only on the verge of getting swept, they haven't even led at any point during their 6-game slide. Bottom of the first, bases loaded today. Willie Pena comes up big against Kyle Davies. Singles to left center. Sean Casey almost going to catch up with Richard Julio coming home. The Reds go up with an early 2-0 lead. Pena 3 for 5 on the day. But you know that probably won't last as Wilson Betemit smokes one off Luke Hudson. Off the batter's eye in center, the Braves' 12th homer in the 4-game series. It's a 2-1 ball game. Later in the inning, 2-on for Adam LaRoche, singles to center. That scores Kelly Johnson. We're all tied at 2. Now bases loaded, 2 outs. Johnny Estrada is going to dribble one down the third baseline, and look at Richard Julio. Comes up big on the bare hand, gets Estrada by a step. We stay tied at 2. Now bottom of the 4th, Luis Lopez reaches out and pokes one into left field. Adam Dunn comes in for second. Reds back up 3-2. We're not done with Dunn, though. Bottom of the 5th, gets a hold of Jeff Foster's offering a no-doubter to the bullpen and right 3-run shot. Dunn's 18th home run of the year. That's just one off the league pace. 2 batters later, Joe Randa takes Foster downtown for his 10th of the season. It's a 7-2 Reds lead, but no lead is safe for the Reds relief staff. 2-on for Rafael Furcal. Takes Randy Kiesler to left and past Dunn for a double. Ryan Langerhans begins the long climb back at 7-3, now 7-4. Ricky Stone and LaRoche singles sharply to center. That brings him for call, 7-5. Next batter, Andruw Jones, singles to left and knocks in Marcus Giles. All of a sudden, it's 7-6. Bottom 6, runner on third. King Griffey Jr. lines one back in the box, but Kevin Gryboski makes the incredible snag. Look, Ma, no glove, barehanded. 7th inning, runners on the corners. Kelly Johnson singles to right off Kent Merker. Betemit come on down. He ties it at 7-all. But just when you think the Reds are going to fall in the bottom of the 7th, Javier Valentin takes Dan Kolb to the gap. Off the left center field wall. Jones can't get it done, scores. Reds back on top 8-7, but the Braves will not go away. In the 8th, Estrada singles the center off David Weathers. Griffey comes up throwing, but Jones is safe under Valentin's tag. 8-all. Bottom 8, 2-on for Junior. Warning track power and beyond. 12th home run of the year. 513 for his career, and just as importantly, the game winner. Reds' 6-game losing streak is over, 11-8. Junior's 5th career homer on Father's Day. That includes number 500 last year. The Reds matched their season high with 17 hits, but the pitching continues to struggle. They've now given up 104 homers in just 69 games. For the first time all week, the offense picks up the slack.
You can't look and say, oh, woe was us. We didn't, couldn't hold a lead or whatever like that. You got to keep scoring runs if that's what it takes. So today was one of those days where we just, kept putting runs on the board and came out winning.
I mean, the situation time before that, the line drive that the pitcher caught, just trying to hit the ball hard somewhere, and he made a good play. And my thought process was the same. drive the ball up the middle, and just he left it up and I hit it out, and that was it.
Tonight, you make the call. Who deserves to be the Reds' all-star representative? Outfielder Ken Griffey Jr., who leads the team in RBI with 46, is it starter Aaron Harang in his 8 quality starts? What about Felipe Lopez, leading National League shortstops in homers, RBI, and slugging percentage? Or do you feel like nobody is really deserving? Call us at 345-1212. Much like my dad's advice, it's free, so no worries. Results coming up later in the show. Joining us now for Who Asked You, we've got 2 guys who know a lot about the Cincinnati Reds, or claim to, I should say. Mark Lancaster, beat writer for the Reds for the Cincinnati Post. Of course, one of the 2 angry guys, Richard Skinner from Homer 1360. Guys, positive step in the right direction today. Reds get a win, something we haven't said all week long.
Let me see if I can do it. W, there it is, W.
That's the letter, W, as in win. 11-8, Ken Griffey Jr. dramatic on Father's Day, reminiscent of a year ago when he hit number 500. It's good, right?
And unfortunately, St. Louis wins, so daggone it, they're 17 and a half out still. I thought this was the one that was going to do it. Mark, I thought it was, but I guess not.
You know, it was one of those things where you got to take the W, but the way the bullpen pitched, you could see Dave Miley's just, you know, his head spinning around like which one of these guys do I have to run out there. And at least they finally scored some runs. It was the first time they've had a lead in a game since last Sunday, which is just mind-boggling.
It is.
Mind-boggling. And another thing that, you know, is going to be on a lot of people's minds, the All-Star game right around the corner. Not so sure we'll have multiple representatives, but our poll question today asks, who will be the Reds, or who deserves to be the Reds representative on the All-Star team? Do you think it's Felipe Lopez? Do you think Aaron Harang, Ken Griffey Jr.? Or we give people that D option you used to have in college on those standardized tests?
None of the above?
None of the above.
Nah, it won't be all of the above, I can tell you that. I know Mark and I actually, I think, will agree on this. I think it'll be Felipe Lopez. He deserves it. Really, when Clint Barmas got hurt with the deer meat walking up the steps and twisted his ankle or whatever it was, I mean, that left Felipe really as the best shortstop in the National League. As Turris is hurt, Eckstein's having an okay year. I mean, if you look around, there's not a lot of shortstops. And that's not a knock on Felipe because he's had a wonderful, wonderful season. Harang's pitched great as a Red. I mean, I got to give Aaron Harang that, but he's not pitched to an all-star caliber. And Junior's played okay. I mean, but again, he's played okay as a Red. Felipe's actually played like an all-star for the most part.
You got to see just a hint of irony here, as Felipe Lopez could be the second straight Red shortstop to play in the All-Star game, of course, replacing Barry Larkin.
And he'll be more deserving as far as the numbers go than Larkin was last year. I mean, it's hard to believe that the Reds had 4 guys selected to the All-Star game last season, and now it's basically going to be one and done. But Felipe does deserve it. There's no question. I mean, his numbers are the best. Eckstein will probably be the guy that gets the start because people know who he is, and Tony LaRoche is the National League manager.
And they get good crowds in St. Louis, so they'll vote for him at the end of the day.
But, you know, Felipe probably will be the guy.
Based on merit, of course, not based on his performance at his position today, when, of course, you know, he had a little fun with the year.
Right.
His 4th of the season.
But he's been very good this year defensively, and that's been the biggest improvement of all for him.
We've now talked about the Cincinnati Reds' bright spot. I'm not going to say it's the lone bright spot, but it's hard to find many of them. When you look at this team right now, I think the white flag has gone up for everyone. You know this team's not going to the playoffs. So where do you go from here? So many players that are tradable at this point. We knew Richard Julio coming into the season was a guy that, you know, if he does well and you don't need him later, you can get something for him. You feel like now is the time for him?
Well, the thing is, I mean, there are guys who are tradable. Well, what can you get? You can get something for Joe Randa. I got a feeling Joe Randa will end up on a contender down the stretch that needs a third baseman. If Atlanta decides it wants to move Chipper back to the outfield, it would seem to be a perfect fit unless the Marte kid really tears it up. Other than that, I mean, Sean Casey isn't tradable. Kearns is still in the minors, so he's not tradable. I don't think Junior's tradable. The only guy that's really tradable, if you were going to do it right now, would be Adam Dunn, and I just don't think they're ready to pull the trigger on that, and Mark might disagree.
Well, we can look at that bullpen, too. Kent Merker, maybe.
Yeah,
he's a lefty.
You're right. That's exactly
right. And David Weathers as well. If he keeps, you know, he's got a 1-year deal. He's a veteran. He's the kind of guy who, you know, he's not going to go close for somebody, but he could be a 7th, 8th inning guy, which playoff teams need. I do think Randa's the best trade bait they have right now. I think they'll be able to get somebody for Aurelia, but the thing is, a guy on a 1-year minor league contract, if you can get a single-A arm for somebody like him, you go ahead and do it, because he's not going to serve you any purpose here, and especially once Anderson Machado comes back, which should be soon.
And at the best, he's a bench guy for a good club.
But, see, but playoff teams have guys like him on their bench.
Sure.
So.
Well, that's the difference between playoff teams and Reds at this point. Now, so you guys don't think that any of these other contracts are movable? Maybe a Sean Casey, move Adam Dunn in. Ken Griffey Jr., even now that he's producing and cross your fingers, has been healthy all season, really.
Well, the thing with that is it's the money. And you look at, you know, a team like the New York Mets can afford to spend the money if they want to, and they feel like Sean Casey would be an upgrade over Doug Mientkiewicz, which he
is. You're right, he is.
But do the Reds trade the face of their franchise? I don't know that they do that. I mean, you could bring Carl Linder into the mix there. We saw what he did with Barry Larkin a few years ago, giving him that 3-year deal. I don't know if the Reds would do that right now. It's just a case of, those contracts are hard to move. They might be able to get takers for a couple of them, but not all of them.
But what about Austin Kearns? This is a guy who, like people have said, he goes down. Say he starts producing in Louisville, there's nowhere for him to go feasibly.
Well, I think that's the grand hope, is that he does produce in Louisville, and then you can kind of dangle him to another club and say, remember what he was? Remember he was a first-round pick? Look what he's doing at AAA. Go ahead and take him off our hands. And there's a part of me that's looked at the stats. I know Mark probably has too. I mean, you go back to the Ray King injury, and the stats don't lie. He was 310 plus before that with good power. He's 226 after with I shouldn't say no power, with very limited power. But if he hits a AAA, that's an old carrot you can dangle. Go, see, he's still hitting again.
And there's teams
maybe you get some. And you're right.
No,
there's teams that would take it. You're right.
He would start for the Braves every day.
You're right, absolutely.
And there's good teams that would take a guy like him if he just shows a little bit.
Another guy that maybe teams would take, but it's kind of ridiculous to think that he would really be traded, is Aaron Harang with the things that he's done, and his contract's just not that side. There's really no upside to getting rid of him.
I know his name was dangled in a couple of mentions. I think the Dodgers or the Angels were looking at him, but I can't imagine that finally you have a good young pitcher who seems to be very consistent. You would think about dealing him, because what do you need to upgrade your ball club? While you need to overhaul the offense, you certainly need to overhaul pitching, and why would you start with a kid like that? But you're right. I mean, his name has actually been thrown out there. I can't imagine
just because
that happens.
other teams want him doesn't mean the Reds want to trade him.
And I wouldn't trade him
That's how the rumor game works. He makes more than 40,000.
And that's why we bring you in every week for the rumor game, as we'll call it this week. We've discussed the rumors. Next week we'll talk about something new with the Reds, I'm sure. And thanks for joining us, guys. That's going to do it for now. Thanks for coming by for Who Asked You. Sure. Cubs have lost 4 straight and trail by 9.5. No other club above 500. Bucks and Brewers 3rd and 4th. The Reds bring up the rear 2 games back of the Astros. And speaking of lovable losers, now the results. We asked who deserves to be the Reds' all-star representative. 47% say Junior. He has the 5th most votes for outfielders in the latest check, so he's nearly a starter. 28% feel nobody is deserving. 18% side with Felipe and 7% Harang. Thanks to the more than 400 people who phoned us, but Felipe Lopez getting no love, even though he's got those nice stats. He's among the leaders and everything. National League shortstop, all-star, Felipe Lopez. I'm punching my ballot right now.